Radhe. Today is Saturday, 8th April 2023. So a spiritual good morning on our learning journeys to one and all, where we are here for this recap video of Bhagavad Gita Recitation for Chapter 8. And along with me is Mummy.
Radhe Radhe.
I'm going to bring up the screen and remind us that we covered Chapter 8, verses 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22 today. So we shall step into a rendition of all those verses first.
Chapter 8, verse 17. Sahasrayug paryantam aharyat brahmano viduhu ratrim yug sahasrantam teho ratra vido janaha avyaktat vyakta sarvaha prabhavantya har agame ratre agame praliyante tatraiva vyakta sanyake bhut gramassa evayam bhutva bhutva praliyate ratre agame vashaf partha prabhavatya har agame parastasmatu bhavonyo vyakto vyaktat sanatanaha yassa sarveshu bhuteshu nashyatsu na vinashyati avyaktoksara ityuktaha tamahuh paramam gatim yam prapya na nivartante tadham paramam mama purushassa parah partha bhaktya labhyastvananyaya yasyantasthani bhutani yena sarvam idam tatam. Now, let's do one important word from each verse. So, from the first verse, we'll take Paryantam. Paryantam means until, till. So, what does it mean in context? That Brahma's day is very, very long and it goes until thousands and thousands of years. The next word from verse number 18 I have taken is Prabhavanti. Prabhavanti means emanate. That means everything in this universe comes from God only. Then verse number 19, what an important word is avashaha. Avashaha means how you are helpless. And then you keep on taking birth after birth after birth. Human beings are helpless there. Verse number 20, the word is vinashyati. Vinashyati means everything is annihilated. And verse number 21, the word is aksharaha. Aksharaha means imperishable. That Supreme Lord who is imperishable. And verse number 22, let's take the word Purushaha. Purushaha means the Supreme Divine Personality. It is used for the Supreme Divine Personality, Purusha. So over to you, Gagan.
Yeah, so after all those words that we've learned and heard the rendition, we shall now get into just a quick summary of each of these verses. So chapter 8, verse 17, the catchphrase here is Brahma's day, we get introduced in the commentary to, of course, the largest unit of time in the world. Swamiji has told us that is Kalp, so that is Brahma's day. And we also see that as an analogy, if an insect who only lives for a day is told that it can now have the lifespan of a human, that's how we humans perhaps might be able to comprehend how long and how expansive Brahma's day is. And Swamiji mentions, of course, Brahma is also, a soul like us, with the difference being that he is guaranteed to go to the abode of God when dissolution happens. Chapter 8, verse 18, this is dawn to dusk. As we kind of mentioned in class, maybe especially for kids who can relate to Lego, you start creating and building with Lego blocks in the morning, and at night, hopefully, you're told to clean up, organize everything again, and go to sleep. Here, at the start of Brahma's day, at dawn, he creates all the planetary systems and life forms. And then at the end, dusk, nighttime, before sleeping, before the day ends, then he dismantles everything. So this is the concept of creation and dissolution. Chapter 8, verse 19, here the catchphrase is, again, Brahma's cosmic day. As we mentioned in class, ABCD is the acronym here, so easy enough to remember. And in this one, Swamiji introduces us in the commentary to the 4 different kinds of pralayas or dissolutions. So the first one being when you go to sleep, second one being dissolution all the way up to Maharlok, third one being, dissolution of the entire universe. And then the fourth, the kind that we are aiming for, which is when we reach or attain God realization, then there is liberation from the clutches, from the bonds of Maya. Chapter 8, verse 20 is where we get introduced by Sri Krishna to the spiritual realm. And as we learn, of course, it always exists. Therefore, ceaseless dimension is the catchphrase here that is referring to the spiritual realm, the abode of God. Chapter 8, verse 20, then, continuing with the word dimension, as a question, the catchphrase is one-dimensional goal. Indeed, Sri Krishna says that is the supreme goal. And therefore, we see that, the divine sky of that spiritual realm, it has the various abodes, the eternal abodes of the different forms of the one supreme God. So based on who we meditate upon and what sort of activities we perform, eventually upon God realization, we'll get to go to one of those eternal abodes, again, of one of those forms of the Supreme God. So there is Golok, Saket Lok, Vaikunt Lok, Shiv Lok, Devi Lok, and so on. That is here the one-dimensional goal we all hope to pursue. Finally, divinity via devotion, chapter 8, verse 22. Sri Krishna explicitly states something we all by now perhaps know, but we continue to strive for, which is, he is seated in our hearts. That is much more intimate than the all-pervading formless aspect of the Supreme Lord. But he states, he can be known only through devotion, only through bhakti, which again, as Mummy said in class, tends to be where we end up after many, many rounds of verses or chapters or renditions. There are various paths along this journey of yoga, but only through bhakti, only through devotion can we know Sri Krishna. With that, we shall listen to a rendition of these verses one more time.
Thank you, Gagan. Verse 17. Sahasrayug paryantam aharyat brahmano viduhu ratrim yug sahasrantam teho ratra vido janaha avyaktat vyaktah sarvaha prabhavantya har agame ratre agame praliyante tatraiva vyakta sanyake bhutagramassa evayam bhutva bhutva praliyate ratre agame vashaf partha prabhavatya har agame. parastasmattu bhavonyo vyakto vyaktat sanatanaha yassa sarveshu bhuteshu nashyatsu na vinashyati avyaktoksara ityuktaha tamahuh paramam gatim yam prapya na nivartante tadham paramam mama purushasya parah partha bhaktya labhyastvananyaya yasyantasthani bhutani yena sarvam idam tatam. So hope that helps to revise the verses. Over to you, Gagan.
Yeah, thank you again, Mummy. So hope the learning journeys continue. We look forward to seeing you all next week again, same time, same place, as one says, Saturday, 15th April 2023, 11 a.m. Central Daylight Time in Dallas, 9:30 p.m. India time for Bhagavad Gita recitation. And hopefully 3 hours earlier, that'll be 8 a.m. Central Time in Dallas, 6:30 p.m. India time for Bhagavad Gita study. Till then, thank you so much. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.